2 and 7 News First.
Good evening. One person is dead, another is in critical condition this afternoon, but they kept their distance when the Aryan Nation members came out to meet them with guns in their hands. Ray Radowski reports.
Come here. You survived Auschwitz. You'll survive me.
It was a celebration of hate.
You know, and I know, and everybody else here knows. Just a minute.
But I'd like to openly and publicly challenge Mr. Harvey Kane to a public debate of the alleged Jewish Holocaust.
Neo-Nazis and Klansmen gathered on a post.
The test results from the site of a large Amoco oil spill near Rocky Mountain, Finland. Just a few more hours to go now until George Bush and Mikhail Gorbachev sit down for what could turn out to be the most important superpower summit meeting in years. They are going to be talking about how they can work together to ease the crisis in the Persian Gulf. Diplomats say that Gorbachev will offer Soviet ships to help the Americans transport their military equipment to the region. Newsfirst's Rick Castiglione is in Helsinki to cover the summit. He was there when the two leaders arrived today.
President Bush arrived in Helsinki this morning to prepare for tomorrow's summit and to meet with the president of Finland, Mauri Koivisto. Finland has more than a passing interest in what the leaders of the two superpowers talk about. Since the end of the Second World War, Finns have protected their international neutrality like it was a national treasure. More than 80,000 Finns died fighting the Soviet Union during the war. Since then, the presidents of Finland have walked a narrow path between the Soviet Union and the West. Finland is a member of the UN Security Council, which unanimously condemned the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait. When Bush and Gorbachev meet on Sunday, the Persian Gulf conflict will be at the top of the agenda.
If the nations of the world acting together continue, as they have been, to isolate Iraq and deny Saddam the fruits of aggression, we will set in place the cornerstone of an international order more peaceful, stable, and secure than any that we have known.
As night began to arrive in Finland, so did Mikhail Gorbachev. He agrees Iraq will be the main thrust of their discussions, calling it a critical moment in world history.
President George Bush expressed a wish for us to meet here at this crucial moment in history, when it is very important to compare our political approaches and to cooperate in order to protect the positive trends evolving in the world today, to make sure that they are not thwarted by any development.
While George Bush called this summit, Gorbachev has come with an agenda of his own. His country's economy is in a shambles and desperately in need of Western help. The two will talk about that tomorrow as well. There will be no state dinner tomorrow, no more staged photo opportunities. The Soviet Foreign Ministry says this is a business meeting and not, I quote, a meeting of the Mutual Admiration Society. Rick Castiglione, News First, Helsinki.
We'll have another report from Rick in Helsinki tomorrow on News First at 5:30. And as they get ready for their meetings, George Bush and Mikhail Gorbachev are getting some advice from Saddam Hussein. The Iraqi president is urging the two leaders to stay out of the Gulf. He says Arabs should
imagine, although I know it's happened in September before. -4 back in 1928. Normals are 19 and 5 for the period. We're not doing too bad. Let's take a look at this weather satellite picture. You can see the cloud that passed through us earlier today down in the Lethbridge region. We're in kind of a thin layer of cloud right now, and there's more on the way. It's up in northwestern Alberta around Grand Prairie, and that cloud down to the south in Montana is the stuff that went through Washington State earlier and gave them some thunderstorm activity. We have that cloud coming through tomorrow morning, but for the most part tomorrow should be, we hope, a nice day. We had a front go through us last night that was kind of a fake front or a shallow front. If this was the ground here, a normal front would look like this, and as the front comes through you get the wind and the change in wind direction and the temperature drop and that sort of thing. Last